Morning folks, something a little bit different for today. We've got a new gadget here. This is a Clarke Rotary Soil Sieve. So some of you might remember from a couple of weeks ago, one of the other videos, I had one of the old cheap old plastic soil sieves off Amazon. It pretty much fell to bits the last time we were using it. So we've got something new, we've got a new gadget, and again, something a little bit different for you. We're going to be unboxing it, putting it together, and then we'll take it up to the plot and we'll give it a test to see how it works out with different types of soil. Right, first things first, let's get the box open and we'll see what's inside. Right, here we go. Some leaflets and things from the place where we bought them. We'll just pop them over there, and the all-important instructions. We'll take this out. So let's see what we've got. Very well wrapped and protected in all of the bubble wrap there. Oh, there's some weight to this, mind. When you take this out, the whole box, it says on the side here, it's 6.7 kilograms. And most of the weight's in this bit, so I'm hoping it's going to last for a while because it feels like decent quality. A couple of last bits in the box there. Whoops, clung bang wallop. And I think that is it. The rest of it is just packaging. Right, so we'll get rid of the box. We'll pop that down there. We'll have a quick look through the instructions and then we'll start popping this together for you there. Okay, so that's everything out of the box and unpacked. It looks pretty straightforward to put together. We've only got 8 nuts and bolts there with a one that's slightly bit different for putting the handle through. There's a few different legs. There's 2 that'll go on individually, and there's this one here with a crossbar that'll go across the top that the handle goes through. So what we'll do first of all is we'll pop the individual legs on. One thing to note that it doesn't mention the instructions is inside you'll see there's a crossbar goes along the bottom there. What you need to make sure you do is the individual legs go at either end of that crossbar. So when you put the one on the handle, it's opposite to the crossbar and it provides more tensile strength to the soil sieve there. So what we'll do, first of all, the individual legs, there's only 2 nuts and bolts for each one with a washer on either side. For the washers, the one that's completely flat goes on the outside. When the bolt goes through, the one that's got the wee cut in it that makes it ever so slightly springy goes on the inside that the bolt goes on top of. Right, so without further ado, we'll get these legs put on. We'll be back with you in just a wee minute there. We'll speed this bit up because no one needs to see me sort of fastening nuts and bolts on, and we'll show you how it looks once they're on. Back with you in just a jiffy there, folks. That's the first 2 legs on. We'll take this one next. So that stretches over the top, just pops down the side there. We'll get those nuts and bolts on this one as well. Remember what I said before about this goes in the opposite direction to the one that goes across the way. Right, we'll get the next 4 nuts and bolts in. Back with you in a second there. Okay, there we go. That's all the legs on with the crossbar across the top there. Next thing to do is if we grab this is the handle, and we've just slid the spring on there right up to the top where there's a little sort of washer that stops it going any further. And this little blade bit goes on the bottom. So how this goes together is there's a hole in the top of the crossbar that slides through underneath. You feed that through there. And there's a hole about 1/4 of the way up that you line up, and we've got a nut and bolt and a couple of washers there to fit in. So without further ado, we'll get the handle in, and that should be it finished after that. finished. That's all put together. What I'll do is I'll just come over and we'll grab the camera there. Sorry if this goes a bit shaky, but I just want to show you all put together there, so you can see we've got the 4 legs on. If we pop over the top there, you can see that's put together. Spins round pretty effortlessly there. So what we'll do is we'll grab this, we'll take it to the plot, and we'll give it a shot with a couple of different types of soil. We'll try some compost out the bag. We'll try some soil that's going to have some roots and some weeds and things in there, and we'll see how it works out. If you wouldn't mind, please remember to like and subscribe to the video and the channel, and you'll get to see how this thing works out and how the soil looks like when it comes through the bottom there. Right, back with you in just a wee minute there, folks, and we'll see how this performs. Okay folks, we're down at the plot now, and we've got 2 different types of soil that we're going to try out here. One is just some of the soil we've dug up off the plot. You can see it's full of all sorts of bits and pieces, including some stones, so we'll put that through and we'll see how that gets on. And the other is a brand new bag of compost here that we've just opened this morning. It's all a bit clumped together, but it should be decent soil, it should go through there no problem, so we'll see how we get on. Right, first things first, let's pop some of this in. You can see what's going in. Pop all sorts of bits in there. Make sure we're getting a good mix of soil, of clumps, of stones, of bits of tree, bits of weeds. Let's give that a shot. Alright, that's going around quite nicely. Give it a spin. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop over and pick you up. There we go, we'll bring you over here and show you what we've got. So in the soil mill itself, you can see it's pulled out all the bits here, stones, bits of tree, bits of weed, all sorts of stuff. And if we take that out, what are we left with? Some pretty decent looking soil actually. That's got a really nice tilt on it. That'll be brilliant for growing carrots, growing parsnips, anything else like that that grows along under the ground. That'll be absolutely brilliant for that. Right, I'm going to pop you back over. Hopefully you can see it there. Right, we've tipped the rubbish out, and now we'll get a scoopful or 2 of the compost. Now it's pretty decent stuff. That's it. It's a brand new bag. It's got some lumps in it. It's pretty wet, so we'll see if it sticks or not. But we'll just give it a bit of a whirl, and what I've done is I've managed to displace the handle when I've been carrying it there. Right, so we'll give it a back and forward. So there is some decent sized lumps in there, so we'll see if we're going to break them down. It is a bit damp, it's a bit wet, it's been horrendous rain over here the last couple of days, so some of it is sticking in the griddle at the bottom. That's to be expected though, I guess, when it's wet soil. So we'll just keep going with that. What I've noticed is some of it is sticking in the edges. I'm just going to have to pull it out into the middle there, give it another whiz round. Right, and we'll come and grab you again. There we go, we'll bring you over this time and show you what we've got. So with it being wet, you can see there's still quite a bit left in there. I'm not going to blame the soil mill for that, it's just the weather that we've had. And again, pretty similar result as before. That's come through there really nice. That's some really nice mix in there of the soil and the compost. Right, we'll pop you back over. There we go. And we'll bring this back in here. So what I'd say, pretty good. I mean, for the price of it, it was about 30 quid. It's absolutely solid. That's going to last for years and years and years, I hope. Much better than the cheap plastic one that we had off Amazon. I'm going to keep testing it out. Hopefully it'll stay dry here for a few days, so I can test it out with some dry soil and some dry compost, and that'll make things 10 times easier. But again, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribe to the channel, you'll find out about all these different things that we're up to and keep on top of these reviews of the different products and gadgets that we're trying. Okay, thanks for now folks. See you again. Bye bye.